Our Natalie Brand is on Capitol Hill. Natalie, what have we witnessed? Walk us through sort of what the day has looked like in this hearing.
Well, Rena, good morning. This hearing by the House Rules Committee started around 11 o'clock, and so far it's really been a recap of the best arguments across both sides. We saw two key members from the House Judiciary Committee testifying before the Rules Committee. That was Congressman Jamie Raskin of Maryland, who is filling in for Chair Nadler today, and then also the top Republican on the committee, on the Judiciary Committee, Doug Collins. So really this was kind of a recap of what's happened to date in terms of the ongoing impeachment inquiry, but we're still waiting to hear the debate about the actual procedure of how tomorrow's debate and vote will go. The Rules Committee will ultimately set how long the debate can go, which would impact how many members can give floor speeches, and then also whether or not amendments could be proposed on the floor, how that process could play out, time limits, all of the procedural nuances that will really shape tomorrow an historic debate and vote on impeachment. That is what we are waiting to hear, hopefully, when the Rules Committee returns from their break.
So, Natalie, we know that several Democrats who represent swing districts have really come out in favor of impeachment. By and large, though, how are they explaining that decision?
Yeah, Rena, we've been tracking a group of more than 24, maybe around 40 moderate Democrats in swing or battleground districts, including districts that were flipped in 2018, but also voted for President Trump in 2016. And in recent days, we've heard a number of these frontline Democrats come out in support of the articles of impeachment. Some of them actually have national security backgrounds and have referenced that in their statements. So let's take a look at one of the new statements from New Jersey Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill, who says, "My military service taught me to put our country, not politics, first, and my time as a federal prosecutor taught me about the importance of the rule of law and of justice." So that was part of her statement in explaining her reason to vote for articles of impeachment. Over the weekend, we also saw Michigan Democrat Alyssa Slotkin met with both cheers and boos when she went to explain her decision to vote for articles of impeachment. And this was a decision that she said time and time again she did not take lightly, and she was going to rely on her training as a CIA officer to really assess the evidence and all the testimony we've heard objectively before coming out with her decision to also support articles of impeachment. So far, we've only heard of two Democrats, Colin Peterson of Minnesota and also Congressman Van Drew, come out against articles of impeachment. And Van Drew, we should note, is planning on actually switching parties likely after this vote.
Yeah,
Rena?
such a good point, Natalie. You know, at some point, Nancy Pelosi will have to name impeachment managers who will then represent the Democrats' case in the Senate trial. Do we know what she's looking for, and do we know any names potentially?
Well, at this point, the speaker has not given us many hints. Last week at a news conference, she just said she would reveal those names when the time is right. But we do know that this is expected to be not only a political, but also a legal decision and calculation. And keep in mind that there can be several impeachment managers. During the Clinton impeachment trial, I believe there were more than a dozen. So we are likely to see several different members across various strengths, but some of the names that we've heard that have been floated in recent weeks include Intelligence Chair Adam Schiff, who we know was a key figure in the investigation. He was leading the impeachment inquiry in the Intelligence Committee, and then also someone like Congressman Eric Swalwell of the Bay Area, who serves on both the Intelligence and Judiciary committees. So he brings those two key committees, as well as he has past experience as a prosecutor. I should also mention Congressman Schiff does as well. So they both have previous experience as a prosecutor also have served in key roles in this investigation. And then we've learned of a new effort by some freshman Democrats to nominate independent Congressman Justin Amash, who, as you know, left the Republican Party. And they see this as someone who is an independent with constitutional expertise, who might be able to take some of the partisanship out of this process and maybe reach out to other independent or less partisan voters. So we'll have to wait and see. A lot of rumors swirling around. Ultimately, it will be Speaker Pelosi who makes this final decision.
All right, Natalie Brand on Capitol Hill. Natalie, thank you very much.